Hello! Today I'm doing a reading about what blessings are coming your way. So we have 4 different piles. Pile 1 is Eye of the Storm or Judy's Jasper. Pile 2 is Selenite. It's so nice, the light reflects so nicely here. Then pile 3 it's Citrine. And pile 4 it's Charoite, I think that's how it's pronounced, I'm not sure though. Okay, so take a while to pick your pile and then I will start with group 1. Okay, so let's put all of them on the side. Okay, so that's Eye of the Storm and here are the cards. Ace of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, Focused, Death in Reverse, Mask in Reverse, Visionary, Dragonic Quartz, and Untitled Jasper. Let me check if it's in the frame. This one isn't. Okay, I think that's all in the frame now. Okay, so what blessings are coming your way? Let me start with the tarot cards first. So the way I planned this out is that the card from this deck, it will be the main energy, and then the other 2 will kind of clarify and give me more information as to what the blessings are. So with the Ace of Wands upright, it tells me that there is some new inspiration, that you might start something new, there's some opportunity and you are really enthusiastic about it. So if you look at the card here, it's the wand, but there are flowers growing out of it, so it's that there's life in it, there's something fresh. It's not that, it's just an idea that's in your mind, but something that you will go ahead and do it, something that you will bring something to life. And it is something that you are really passionate about, something that you're enthusiastic about, something that really makes you feel, you think, yes, I want to do it. I really want to put my energy into it. Because wands are the element of fire, so it's all about inspiration. It's about sort of intuition as well, so that you will know what to do. And then it's clarified by the 6 of Pentacles and Death in reverse. So the 6 of Pentacles in reverse, it tells me about lack of balance. So upright, it is about giving people the amount that they need, not more and no less, so that they just get the amount they need and it's fair to everyone. But in reverse, in this context, it makes me feel that this situation, maybe you've been in a situation where the give and take wasn't equal, and I feel like it is going to change. Maybe with this project you will realize, okay, I'm done with this. Maybe it was a work situation where you were working really hard and maybe you were not getting paid that much and you were still expected to do all the work as well as you could, and then you didn't get recognition for it, or you felt you are being taken for granted. So I feel that if there was a situation like that, maybe you will get annoyed with it and be like, okay, you know what, I'm going to create something for myself. Maybe it's your own business, or maybe it's just some project where you will be able to channel all this creativity and where you don't have to feel like, you don't matter and you're almost like a modern slave. And with the Death in reverse, so the Death, it's about transformation and the end of a cycle. So you can see here the Death on the horse, but it's a white horse, so to me it makes me think of something new. And then you also have this sunrise here between these 2 towers. So the Death is all about transformation, but in reverse, I feel like it might be an inner transformation. So you say to yourself, okay, I've had enough of this. I've had enough of being treated this way, and I want a change. And people are not going to magically start respecting you out of nowhere and, you know, just think, okay, is the give and take equal? Is this fine for you? No, you have to change it within yourself first. Because if you don't do that within yourself, nothing is going to change, or maybe it might get even worse. So I would say there is this transformation happening within you that can lead you to a start of a new project, and this project will be really, really good for you. It will be really successful. So looking at this card, Full Moon in Pisces, balance spirituality and practicality. And I feel like it has to do with this project. So it's not only about having this idea or being like, okay, I do follow all the spiritual rules, but you also know how to just make it happen. So it's not just in your head, it's not an abstract idea. You can actually translate it onto the practical world. And I think this relates really well with the visionary card, because you have some sort of vision, you have an idea how to do something, and it might be different. People might not understand it at first, but it is something different. So for the light attributes, it says capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. And for the shadow attributes, it says selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. So I feel like there is that element of spirituality within you. You have some vision that is important, and you know it might change not only yourself, but maybe it can affect the collective, or it might affect the world in some way. So you have the vision, but it's about putting it into practice. So then taking into consideration all the things that happened in the past, where maybe you weren't treated fairly, where you had to give, but you didn't receive anything. And you keep that in mind, and then you want to create an equal situation or project where people will be treated equally, and that's what you will do. And with this mask here in reverse, to me it looks like a mask is falling down. So if you were pretending that you are somebody just to keep this going, because you were afraid that, okay, if I say something, then I might not get anything at all. So maybe it's better to pretend to be somebody else, just so I get even, one pentacle. It's still better than nothing. So maybe you were compromising on yourself, and it wasn't the real you. So I think in reverse it tells you, okay, take this mask off. This is not who you really are. And this transformation within you will take place, so that you will be the best version of yourself that you can be. And this in turn will lead to this project, to this opportunity, where you will be able to share your vision with other people. Because perhaps before you couldn't share it because you thought, okay, maybe I'm not sure if I'm supposed to do this, or other people might not be happy with it. But I feel like it is going to happen. And with the focused card, yes, you will be focused when you do it. So it is not only being inspired, but also being focused, knowing where to aim, where your aim is, so that you don't just... So you see, the thing with Pisces is that sometimes they can get really... They just keep flowing and, swimming, but there might be no goal at the end. But you are staying focused. You know what you have to do in order to, take the most out of this opportunity, so that you can share your vision with others. So I feel like it's a really good thing that you have the spiritual side to it, but you also can focus. So you will not get sidetracked. You will not feel like, okay, maybe I can do this, or I could do that, or okay, this also looks interesting. No, okay, this is my goal and I will do this. And I think it's great. Then with these two crystal cards, so we have trigonic quartz and Mukite jasper. So with the trigonic quartz, it talks about your soul's code. And I feel like it's, imagine when you have some sort of program, and it has to be, well, programmed first. There are sets of different commands that somebody writes, and this is how the program is running based on all these codes. So I feel like you will get rid of all these codes that did not serve you. So sometimes maybe while you were, I don't know, growing up, or if it was a family thing, if there were certain parts of the code that were written and they don't really help you with anything, they just make the whole process longer, or they make the system crash. I feel like it's time to discover what the code really is, what is really important, what is vital for it. So anything that you no longer need, that just takes your attention away from the real thing, I feel like it will just die. It will disappear. I mean, in a good way, of course, but it's revealing what your purpose really is. So not what somebody else wants you to be, what somebody else wants you to do. No, you're getting rid of that, and you are tapping into this essence, who you really are. So I think this is great. And with the Mookaite Jasper, let me just quickly check the booklet, because this one I never know how to interpret it. So it talks about drawing on ancestral wisdom. And it says, Mookaite Jasper balances inner and outer experiences. It encourages versatility and openness to new experiences, helping you to choose the right path. So I feel like with that ancestral wisdom, yes, you are drawing on these codes that you had in the past, and maybe, okay, this is not good, maybe I will try the opposite thing. So just because I've been doing that all the time doesn't mean I have to do it now as well. And it's about inner and outer experiences. So it's about spirituality and practicality. So you know how you feel inside, but you know how to translate it into the outside world. And you can also interpret things that happened to you in the past, learn from them, and then also create something new. So yeah, it also talks about choosing the right path. So yeah, I feel like you are discovering who you really are, what your path is, so that you can walk along this path and you are focused because this is your path and you're able to actually see it. So it's not like it's just, let's say grass or forest and there's nothing. No, you're able to see that there is a path, and you trust yourself that it is the right path because it feels right. What else did it have here? Openness to new experiences. Yes, so that's this new experience. It's a new opportunity. Maybe you have never done anything like that, but there is so much potential here with the ace, because aces are the potential, they are the opportunity, it's the pure energy. So I feel that's the blessing coming your way, some opportunity that will allow you to share your vision with people and to walk onto the right path, the one that you're meant to be on. And everything that was false and the masks, when you were pretending to be somebody who you are not, it's going to fall down, it's going to disappear, and some inner transformation will take place. So if there were any situations in the past where you weren't treated fairly, where the give and take wasn't equal, you're moving on from that. You're creating something of your own based on that vision. And maybe some people will not realize this. Maybe they will think, okay, what are you even doing? This is stupid. But you are focused. You will not let other people sidetrack you. You will not give in to this doubt. And one of the ways to do it is to balance the spirituality and practicality. So if you look at Pisces, they have really strong intuition. They just go with the flow. They don't... if there's anything blocking the path, they will just swim around it, And they adapt really well to new circumstances. So I feel like it's a really good thing that, you know, you have this opportunity and you can kind of adapt to it. You can feel what's the right way to go about it, but you can also do it practically. Okay, anything else? Yeah, and just when I'm looking at this card, it's 3 different shapes stacked on top of each other. So I feel like you know that you can't just do it all at once. You have to do it one by one. And you know, there's a certain process to it, that you can't just do it, yeah, all at once, but little by little, by staying focused, you will be able to reach your goal. Okay, and then with the Eye of the Storm, the meaning of this crystal, well, it's Eye of the Storm. So even if everything is chaotic around you, you're able to stay calm and you have this center that cannot be moved, that cannot be shaken. So if you have this project going on and if there are any difficulties or if there's any chaos or misunderstandings, you're able to just find this quiet place within yourself and be centered, stay focused on your goal so that you don't get drawn into this hurricane and this confusion. Okay, so I think that's it for group 1. That looks like great things coming your way, so I hope you will enjoy them. So yes, now on to group 2. Hey, hello group 2. So this is the Selenite crystal. Yeah, I'll just move it back and forth to see the light reflecting in it. Okay, I'll just put it here. And let's see your cards. So that's group 2, Selenite. So we have Full Moon and Taurus in reverse. We have Charoite and Tiger's Eye. We have Child, Eternal. We have Angry. We have 6 of Pentacles. 3 of Swords in reverse. And then I got 2 cards. I wanted to get 1, but 2 fell out. But I thought, okay, well, let's have it. And then there is Oak Tree in reverse. Maybe let's put it here. Let me check if it's in frame. Yes, you can see everything. So let's see what blessings are coming your way. So as I explained for the previous group, I will start with the tarot cards, and I got this one from this deck as the main energy, and then the other cards are kind of clarifying it, all the other tarot cards. So this is interesting because the previous group had 6 of Pentacles but in reverse, and you have it upright as the main energy. So what I see here is that the blessing will be restoring balance. So you can see this person here with these scales, and it's about giving equally to people. It's equal give and take, so that the energy is you know, it's at an equal level. It's not that one person gives so much and the other person, you know, just receives. It has to be equal, it has to flow. So I feel if there have been any situations where it wasn't equal give and take, it will change, it will, the balance will be restored. So looking at the other cards to clarify, there's the 3 of Swords in reverse. So I feel like maybe this is something about a relationship, because the 3 of Swords upright, I mean, you can't really see it in this deck, but it's a heart with 3 swords in it, and rain and clouds, and it's not really a positive card. But in reverse, I feel like it's coming out of some sort of heartbreak, of some sort of difficult situation with, maybe it's not with another person, but a situation where your heart was, you know, pierced by these swords. Maybe it had to do with this give and take. Maybe you kept giving to the other person and you didn't get anything in return, and eventually you said, okay, you know what, I'm done with this. I don't want to waste my time on a person like this. I want somebody who will recognize me and somebody who will recognize my value, and there will be an equal give and take there. So if I give you my time, you also give me your time. And it's not about, this tit for tat, okay, you give me this, I give you this, and it has to be equal to a point where you say, okay, I spent an hour with you yesterday, now you have to spend an hour with me. No, nothing like that. Something that will flow naturally. So I feel like if there has been a heartbreak, you are coming out of it, you are healing the wounds that were created by these 3 swords piercing the heart. And here with the 3 of Cups and the Page of Cups, yeah, as I said, I got 2 cards instead of 1, but I thought, why not? It shows me that perhaps you will reunite with your friends, you will have a great time. So after this heartbreak, you're able to meet with people again and enjoy your time. Because you can see these 3 people here, it's like cheers, with the cups. And there's a lot of abundance here, it's like a harvest. So perhaps after some hard work, the fruits will be ready to gather. And you can do that with your friends, with some other people, and just enjoy each other's company. And the cups are all about your feelings and emotions. So maybe by meeting other people, those feelings and emotions will be much more positive. You will feel uplifted and feel like you are a part of something more. It's not just you, but there are other people and you can share each other's company. So I think that's quite nice. And with the Page of Cups, I like this card so much, especially the fish just popping out of the cup. So it tells me about something perhaps unexpected, because come on, who would expect a fish coming out of a cup? And the pages are really young energy, they are the students. So for me, it looks like some sort of creative opportunity or some good message coming your way. Sometimes this card is interpreted as like having a crush on somebody, so maybe you will meet someone soon that will catch your attention. So maybe when you go out with your friends and you will have fun, you will meet someone nice, and it will be really unexpected because you have the fish here. But it's a really nice energy, it's really gentle, and if there's anything you wanted to do before but you couldn't really do it because you didn't feel well enough, I think, yeah, it's possible that new energy will come, something will surprise you, something positive. So yeah, I think that's a really nice blessing coming your way. Then next, let me check. We have the angry card, but I feel like you will release this anger. If there was any situation with that 3 of Swords, something that made you angry, maybe a person or a situation, I feel like you will be able to recognize this anger and then let it go. So instead of just suppressing it and being like, okay, I'm not supposed to feel like this. No, you will look into it, and even you could use it in a creative way. So instead of directing it onto other people, you will be able to put all this energy maybe into some creative project, that creative opportunity that comes your way. So I think that's also quite good. Then let me check the other cards. Actually, this one, the full moon in Taurus, your dreams need a practical plan. Yeah, trying to read other way around. So upright, I feel like with Taurus, it's all about the practical reality. It's about things that you can touch, things that you can taste, smell, so everything to do with your senses. And Taurus, it's a really grounded energy. So I feel like in reverse, if you have any dreams that you want to make them come true, you still need some sort of plan. You still need to solve something. And I think that it is shown here by these 2 cards. So we have the Charoite and Tiger's Eye. So maybe let's look at Tiger's Eye first. So the Tiger's Eye, it's all about empowerment. It is about recognizing that power within you and how much you can actually achieve. It's about believing in yourself and recognizing, okay, I can do it. And as a crystal, I really like it. It's so nice. Actually, I have one here. So I don't know if you can see, but it's actually similar to selenite in a way that it has these bands of color that just change depending on the light. But to me, it makes me think like you can shine as well. You just have to have the courage to go for it and to show that light to other people. So instead of just hiding somewhere, you're like, no, I matter and I will show this to everyone. And I feel like you will recognize this, maybe this anger that you have for whatever reason. It will make you realize, okay, you know what, I've had enough of this heartbreak. I've had enough of people treating me badly. I will have my own power now. I will get empowered and I will do things my own way. So if I look at the booklet, so it says tiger's eye symbolizes prosperity and encourages right use of power. It balances your needs with those of others, finding solutions. So it's all about this. So balances your needs with those of others. So it's that 6 of Pentacles. So you know how to recognize yourself and how to recognize other people so that it's equal. So it's not that you just keep giving to people and you get nothing in return. No, you actually know, okay, I need this time for myself, and no matter what happens, I need this time, because otherwise I will just become tired and then I will get sad and miserable. So no, you have to find a solution. And I feel like that's it. It's, once you learn to find that balance, this is that plan, this is that practical plan that your dreams need. That's why it's in reverse, because you still have to learn it. But I feel like the blessing here is that you will learn how to do this. So once you can find the solution, how to balance yourself and others, then your dreams will come true. Because perhaps you spend too much time helping other people, and while it is wonderful, you still have your own life, things to do for yourself. So yes, oh wait, I was reading the booklet actually. So it all talks about creativity and prosperity, and for the healing inside it says doing what gives you joy increases your well-being. And what brings you joy, exactly, and that's the Child Eternal card. So what it says for the light attributes, it's determination to remain young in body, mind and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes. And for shadow attributes, it says inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependency on others for physical security. But I feel like here, even the colors are similar, the yellows, it's so nice. So the blessing is that you will do what brings you joy, even if it's not exactly, accepted by society because, it's childish or it's something really silly. It doesn't matter. If it brings out your inner child, if it makes you happy, if it brings you joy, then go for it. You can see here, even chasing a butterfly outside and being among some flowers. It can be so much joy. And yeah, it's about remaining young in body, mind and spirit. Maybe with all this heartbreak, you forgot how it is to be happy again. And yeah, the 3 of Cups also talks about joy. It's about celebration. So I think there's so much good things coming your way. I really like this. I like how these 2 cards work together. So you will be able to see things with fresh eyes. You will be able to see how the balance should look like and how this balance will allow you to make your dreams come true. And then for the Charoite, actually it's interesting because I have it just here for group 4, but it's a really powerful crystal. So it's about healing any patterns from the past that no longer serve you. And if there were anything from your family, maybe the way you were conditioned, it helps you draw out these impurities, bring them to the surface and then deal with them. So let me see what the booklet says about it. So it talks about wound healing. So it's about deep physical and emotional healing. So transmuting negative energy to wellness. And it says that recognizing that your greatest trauma is your most profound gift. So it re-energizes, heals, and integrates dualities, healing past life disease carried into the present life. So it's about taking control, exactly. So empowering yourself, taking control over your life, over what is, over what you want to have, what you don't want to have. And it says, in accepting the present moment as perfect, you create the space to heal. And for the soul path, it says, service to humanity, healing the wounds of the past. Excuse me. So I feel that this idea of accepting the present moment, it really relates to this card again. So this eternal child, not worrying about, okay, what will be tomorrow? Will I have enough money? How will I deal with this person? Will I find this job? Will everything be okay? No. You stay here in the present and you're able to enjoy it. You know, you notice, well, even if I'm going through difficult things, there's still nice flowers around me. There's still the sun, the butterflies, the nature. There's so many good things around me. So you're able to notice that, you know, things are not as bad as they seem. And if they are, then you realize that, okay, I have to heal these wounds. That once I heal them, it's going to make everything better. So if there's anything from the past, you know, in the past heartbreaks that happened, I feel like you will be able to move on. And I didn't talk about this card, but the oak tree, it actually appeared in reverse in the last, not the last, the first group, I mean, but the last reading I've done. And in reverse, at least in this situation, it's made me feel like getting rid of things that didn't take root. So if something is not meant to grow, it will not grow. So there's no point wasting your time and energy on it. So it's better to invest your time into something that will bring you profits. So, you know, those, like if you look at this acorn, then it's about knowing when to plant it and when it will grow into this big strong oak tree. But in reverse, maybe getting rid of things that just don't serve you, healing things from the past, and not allowing them to take root even deeper within you, in your mind or in your soul. So yeah, you can look at things with fresh eyes. You can see all these outdated patterns, because oak trees can live for hundreds of years and they can get really strong. They have really strong roots. But in reverse, I see it as maybe not so positive things that you had going on generation after generation, that your parents passed on to you. So it's time to heal any trauma. It's time to heal all these things that don't serve you, where the roots are just sucking out this positive energy from you, but you don't get anything else. In fact, if you think of it as a tree, you know, you get the roots and they suck out all the minerals. And if you have any plants underneath, it's going to take all the sunlight as well. So it's better to get rid of it to help the more positive aspects of you thrive. So I feel like it all connects with, it is all connected basically. But it's about healing the past. It's about recognizing your power. It is about having a fresh look at yourself and your life and saying, you know, perhaps I don't need this. It's okay, I'll get out of this heartbreak and I will start valuing myself. Because if you value other people more than yourself, it's not in balance. So the scale, you know, is, well, out of balance, and that's not good. So I feel like the blessing here is being able to see what the balance is supposed to be, and then finding a way through perhaps creativity or doing things that bring you joy to bring it back to balance. And then in this way you're able to make your dreams come true. So from this reverse position, it will be upright and it will bring you prosperity, it will bring you abundance, and it will bring you security. You won't, like other people won't push you around. If you look at this, you know, the bull, Taurus, whatever, you know, once it stands there, you cannot push it, it just stands there and it won't be moved. So I feel like once you value yourself, you get out and meet people, have some fun, then you will be able to just stay in yourself, you will be empowered, and you will be able to, you know, give and take in an equal way. And just looking at the selenite here, selenite is all about the light. I mean, you can see how nicely it reflects light. So for me, it's about shining light onto things that you have to heal, and then empowering yourself, doing things that bring you joy, and then in result, things will come back to balance again, and you can make your dreams come true. Okay, anything else for this pile? Yeah, so if you have any anger in you, just make sure you use it in a constructive way, in a really creative way, that you don't hurt other people or you don't shout at other people. You just use this and you're like, oh, I'm so angry, I will actually do something about it. It will motivate you to do something positive rather than getting it out onto other people. Okay, anything else? And yeah, this Three of Swords. Swords are about the mental energy, it's about the intellect, it's about your thoughts. So it is about getting rid of those thinking patterns and the wounds that were caused by some thinking patterns that, I don't know, maybe I'm not good enough, I don't deserve love, anything like that. Just getting rid of it, healing it, and coming into your own power. So yeah, that sounds like a lot of great stuff, and I really hope you enjoy chasing butterflies and, you know, smelling the sunflowers and looking at the sun. So yeah, I hope this blessing will come to you really soon, and I hope you will enjoy it. Okay, so thank you for listening. So that was group 2, and now on to group 3. Hello group 3, so this is the Citrine group 3. So let's see what your cards are showing and what sort of blessing is coming your way. So we have take time to breathe out, Citrine, interesting, Untitled, Clouded, Messiah, Page of Wands, the Emperor, the King of Swords in reverse, and Sowing. And let me check if these are all in the... Yes, I'll just maybe pop them down a bit. Add a bit more, just so that it looks nice in the frame. Okay, so that's group 3. Let's see. So what blessings are coming your way? So the way it works this time is that I have a tarot card from this deck, and it's like the main energy, and then I have other tarot cards to clarify this, and then some oracle cards. So here with this Page of Wands, I see there's some sort of good message, positive message coming your way. Something that perhaps will bring you, I don't know, some creativity, something that will make you more energetic, enthusiastic. Because pages are about, yeah, it's about messages, it's about learning things. They are the students. It's a really young energy, and especially for Page of Wands, it's extra energetic, it's extra enthusiastic. So perhaps if you have been feeling a bit unmotivated lately, this Page of Wands is telling me, okay, I will go for it and I'll be motivated, and it's just about this personal... So the wands are about fire, so the way I see it is like this inner fire will be rekindled and you will really feel like, I'm going for it. With the Emperor upright, it makes me think that you will find this inner power, being authority for yourself. So if you are going into anything new, or if you have any message coming your way, then it will make you feel more empowered. It feel like, okay, I'm the one who has the final say here. You know, it all depends on me. And it's not about really heavy responsibility where you just have to do it, but it's about feeling that, okay, I matter here, you know? So I feel it's this personal power. And then with this King of Swords in reverse, it's interesting because I feel like you're coming out of this energy. So if you were really critical towards yourself or other people, if you were, or if there was somebody around you, it doesn't have to be you. But basically the King of Swords in reverse makes me think of somebody who can hurt people with their words, with what they say, who can be really mean and maybe really sarcastic and cynical, and they know what to say, so they are just, their words are like needles and they know where to put them so that it hurts you. So I feel like if there's anybody who was like this in your life, or if it was, maybe you were like this towards yourself, you were really critical towards whatever you're doing in your life, maybe any new things, you were like, oh no, it's not gonna happen because I cannot do it anyway. And you know, this really negative mindset and like beating yourself down all the time in your mind, that inner critic, that's it, the inner critic. No, that's not it. You're moving out from this. So you're moving out from this to this emperor feeling, yes, I matter, and if I decide something, I will do it. And if I decide this, if I say this to other people, they will also listen to me, because there's this aura of, how should I say it? It's like people respect you. It's this energy that, you know, you are the leader, basically. So I feel like, yeah, it's about something, you being a leader to other people. And I mean, the Page is a really young energy, but I feel like the Emperor is really grounded and mature. So perhaps using this inner maturity in something new, in some sort of new project. And I'm talking about a new project because here we have the sowing oracle card. So it's like you're sowing seeds for the future. So with the Page of Wands, I feel like you might be really enthusiastic about it. Like, okay, let's go for it. Let's do it. And I want to do as much as possible. But you have this inner wisdom that you know it will take time and it will take efforts to keep these seeds. You know, you have to take care of them. It's not that you just plant them and you leave them. No, you have to take care of them. So I feel like there is something new that you are approaching. But before you do this, I feel like, yeah, it's time to take a breath. You know, take time to breathe out. Because you might be a bit clouded. I feel like this fits with the King of Swords. You know, sometimes when somebody says so many things that they just confuse you and you don't even know what to think anymore. So it's like your mind, your judgment is clouded. So I feel before you go on sowing the seeds, just take some time to rest. Take some time to look at the situation and just relax. Just don't think about it for a while and let yourself just enter into a new cycle. Because if you just keep going when you don't really have the clarity, it's like sowing the seeds blindly, just like throwing them wherever, and not all of them will fall on the soil. Some of them might fall somewhere else, and it's basically a waste of your time and it's the waste of the seed. So I would say take time for a breather, take a rest first, even though you might be super enthusiastic to get into something new, or you know, some message reaches you telling you, okay, yeah, I want to do it. Just, it doesn't have to be ages, you know, just take a day or even a few hours to let things settle. Because the way I see this clouded card, sometimes when a lot of things is happening, if you think about the lake, when there's some movement, all of the sand from the bottom of the lake, it just goes up, and the water is not clear. But if you wait a while, it will settle. So if there's anything in your mind or somebody else who is telling you, who's making you confused with what they say to you, just, get into your own power and take a break. Because then once you take that break, you will be able to use these two energies, this enthusiasm and this authority, in a much more productive way. So what do I see here with the crystal cards? I like how I picked Citrine, and I picked the crystals first, and then I take the cards, so I had no idea Citrine will fall out. So basically Citrine is all about abundance. It's a really joyful stone. I mean, it's, for me, yellow, it's like a sun. If you think about sun, it makes you happy and it makes things grow with its light. So with the Citrine, I feel like whatever project you go on about, you will be successful. It will bring you a lot of abundance, it will bring you joy, and you will feel so great with it. And if you let me look at the booklet, because there's always so much written here, and maybe it will resonate. So Citrine, so it's a stone of joy and abundance. It helps you interact creatively with the world. So creatively with the world. It promotes inner calm. So you are able to interact with the world, like creatively. You are creative and you're enthusiastic. You want to go with it. But also at the same time, you know how to stay calm within yourself, so that even around you, everything might be chaotic, you still have that inner calm within you. So what it says is that true abundance comes from within. If you nurture your desires, you will bring joy to your wise child self. And it's about embodying abundance. So it's interesting that it says about nurturing your desires. So for me, nurturing, it's kind of relates to this card. So once you sow the seeds, you have to nurture them so that they will, sprout, and then you will have whatever you want. But yeah, I feel like it's true abundance comes from within. So I feel like if you take time and if you are smart about it, if you have your own power and authority, you will be able to gain a lot, because all of the seeds that you sow, that you took time and that you took care of them, they will change, like they will grow into something really amazing that will bring you joy. Even taking care of the seeds, I mean, of course it's metaphorical. It's not that you will be sowing seeds and planting vegetables, though you might do that, of course. It will bring you joy, doing something every day, a little bit, just, like watering the plants. So maybe every day you will do a little bit more. Maybe if you're learning a new language, then every day, if you just learn 1 word or 2 words, it's not much, but it keeps you going. It's easier to do it in chunks than everything at once. But anyway, it's about something new. It is about, interacting with the world. You have ideas, you are creative. And don't let that inner critic get to you. Just get rid of it. So, stay in your own power. So with the Ananda light. So Ananda light talks about this cosmic light. And let me use the booklet. I think it's the easiest way, because then you can hear if there's anything resonating. So it says cosmic consciousness. It's about integration and releasing emotional blockages that stand in the way. So for me, releasing this emotional blockages, releasing that inner critic, because it stops you from being happy, it stops you from approaching new things. So it reminds us that consciousness is omniscient? I don't know, whatever, and omnipresent. Seeing all, knowing all. Immerse yourself in the mystical interconnectedness that is cosmic consciousness. So it says enlightenment can happen right now. You are part of everything and everything is part of you. And for the soul path, it says becoming a vessel for cosmic consciousness. So for me, it's about being aware. It's all about awareness. And I think it connects with the Messiah here, so actually let's talk about this first. Okay, let's focus on this one. So it's, you are part of everything, and everything is part of you. So I feel like here it's about, how to say this, it's like you tune in to the cycles. So you know, okay, now it's time to breathe out, and then you are able to go for things and be creative, and you know, it's like breathe in and breathe out. You cannot have one without another, and you might want to breathe in all the time and expand and expand and expand, but then you will just explode. Yeah, so you have to take time. When to take action, when to take a break. So it's the same with any new project, you know. Sometimes you just have to let them be. So if you take care of them, sometimes you have to just leave them for a while, because, you know, everyone needs a rest. So it's about realizing that you are a part of something bigger. And I feel like with this Messiah card, so it says serving humanity with humility. And for the shadow attribute, it's exaggerated belief that you are the only means through which a cause can succeed. So here with this cosmic consciousness, I feel like you are becoming aware that it's not just you here in this world, that there are other people and there is something more, that we are all connected, that it's all a part of some bigger cycle, of some bigger entity. And then by realizing this, you can serve others. And I feel like you do this with this creativity, with this joy, by being enthusiastic, and you inspire other people to do the same. And I feel like once you realize that you are responsible for yourself, you are your own authority, then other people can benefit from it as well. Because there's this saying that as above, so below, as without, so within. So I feel like if you change something within and you become aware, then it will translate into the outside world as well. So if you feel abundant within you, if you feel, you know, I have enough, I am enough, and I attract abundance, I am abundance, then it will also come to you in the outside world. But you have to have it within yourself first. So I feel like now with these blessings, you are sowing the seeds of abundance for future. You are becoming aware that in order to have this abundance in the outside world, you have to have it within you. And then once you do it, these messages, these positive messages will come to you, different opportunities. And then, because you are abundant, then you will approach these opportunities with joy. And you will really inspire others with your energy. And in this way, you can cut through anything that's not, you know, visible, any clouds, any mental clouds, you know? If there's an inner critic within you, or other people criticizing you, saying, well, you cannot do it. No, don't listen to them. You can do it. It's just about listening to yourself, your inner voice of authority, when to take time to breathe out, when to go for it. But I feel like you are becoming aware of this, that so a Messiah is like saves the world, serves the world, and you are your own Messiah. Like, you don't need anyone to save you. You save yourself by becoming aware of who you are, what is around you, and that you don't really need gifts being given to you. You don't need abundance, because you are abundant. And once you realize it, once you become conscious of it, that's when all the good stuff comes. But you have to nurture yourself. You have to sow these seeds. Because if you just sit around waiting, of course, you're not going to do anything. But the blessing here is that you are enthusiastic about it. You want to go for it. And you will get it. I feel like you really will. So, anything else? No, I just feel like it's a really energetic feel here that I get, that you will become conscious, and you will attract a lot of abundance your way. That's the blessing, that it is coming your way because you see it within yourself. That's the most important thing. And if you are starting anything new and new projects, then you will do so in a really creative way, and that will bring you a lot. Just make sure you take time to relax and make sure you don't become too enthusiastic that you burn yourself out, So if you think about it, as I said, it's like a flame. It's like fire. Make sure this fire doesn't consume everything. It just gets out of hand and then you have a wildfire and it's just, a mess. No, just feed it little by little and it will keep you warm. It will really bring you a lot of joy and light and everything you want. So yeah, that was group 3. That sounds great. And I hope you will keep up with this creativity and joy and you will be really happy going about any projects that you want. Okay, so thank you very much. So that was group 3 and now on to group 4. Hello group 4. So the cards are all out because I didn't press record and I was talking to myself for something like 20 minutes. And yeah, it didn't record, so Well, it's that Mercury retrograde. I'm so happy it's over tomorrow, so I will just blame it on Mercury retrograde. Yeah, always blame it on Mercury retrograde. Anyway, so let me check if it records. Yes, it does. Okay, just double checking, because if I talk about it a second time and it's not going to record, yeah, I'm not gonna be happy. Okay, so group 4, what blessings are coming your way? So, with the other groups, what I've done is that I took one tarot card as the main energy, and then I clarified it with 2 other tarot cards, and then I would look at the other oracle cards. But I feel like for this group, I want to look at this side first, because I feel like that's one message, and then there's a different message here. So, the main message here I see is coming out of some sort of disease, and it doesn't have to be a physical disease. It doesn't have to be like illness or I don't know, like you broke your arm or you had a cold. So no, that's more about some sort of disease. Well, I don't like the word disease, but it's about your mental well-being, your spiritual well-being. So if there have been any problems, I feel like you will sort them out. So I feel like in the upright position, this oracle card, yeah. I remember when I was drawing it and I decided to put the mask on, and I think at that time the virus wasn't really that widespread. So it's interesting that I chose this image. Anyway, I think that in reverse, yeah, it's overcoming this disease, and now actually with this mask it kind of relates to aquamarine, but let's not jump ahead. So overcoming some sort of disease, and here we have a card saying panic. So perhaps you have been panicking about things, and these 2 cards are telling me about certain patterns, thinking patterns and toxic beliefs that you've had for a while. And with this Page of Wands, I feel like they are sucking out energy out of you, because the Page of Wands upright, it's really enthusiastic, it's really outgoing, it's creative, it just wants to go out and do things. But in reverse, all of that is blocked. And I feel like those toxic beliefs and this disease is blocking you. So in terms of the blessing, I feel like you will go through some sort of detox in terms of your mind and your spirit. So with Malachite, it's all about transforming your subconscious. So any programs that run in your subconsciousness that you are not aware of, anything that is blocking you, so any self-sabotage as well, anything that is like an inner critic, anything that you highlight to yourself that I'm not able to do this, or I'm not maybe a right person for this, or I don't deserve this. I feel like you will get rid of this. You will transform all those negative patterns into healing. You will be able to heal all this disease. And with aquamarine, so the image I had is of sea or ocean and the waves just coming in and out. And with water is all about emotions, but it's about cleaning. It's like cleansing your mind, cleansing your spirit from all of this toxic residues from the past. So whether it was that the society was telling you, or if it was your family perhaps, or something that you picked up, you will be getting rid of it. It's like the wave that comes in and then it just takes it away. It takes all that bad stuff, all that negative stuff away, and it leaves you feeling fresh and clean. So with aquamarine, it's also speaking about the throat chakra and about kind of expressing yourself. And it's interesting. Actually, I didn't pick it up last time, but this time it's interesting because you have the mask. And basically the mouth is covered, so it's like you can't speak up. I mean, okay, you can speak with a mask, but still it's not as comfortable or as effective as do it. But in reverse, I feel like you are getting rid of this. So if you were trying to keep quiet, if you felt like, okay, I cannot express my emotions, I cannot express my reality, this is going to change. All these blocks will dissolve. I think that's actually a good imagery. Like, it's going to dissolve, and no longer you will have something that blocks you, whether in your mind or whether if you want to speak up about something. And I feel like it connects really nicely here with this message. I will look at the messages in the booklet in a second, but I will look at this first. So in terms of speaking out, I feel like this is where the Justice card comes in. So I feel like you will be able to judge things fairly. You will be able to see the situations or any problems or issues for what they are in a fair way. And if there's anything that is bothering you, then you can speak up about it and be like, okay, wait, this is not fair. And by fair, I mean it's not fair to other people, or it's not fair towards yourself. Because sometimes people can compromise on themselves. They can actually, self-sabotage themselves and keep putting themselves last. And it's not fair, you should be fair towards yourself and not just keep prioritizing other people. So here with this Justice, I feel like you are bringing the balance back. So you can see this person has this scales, so it's about balance, but there's also the owl, so it's about wisdom. It's about using that inner wisdom to decide, okay, what is right, what is not right. And with this sword, I feel like it's about cutting through anything that is not clear, anything that is confusing you, so that you can make the right decision. So with this 10 of Pentacles and the Justice, I feel like there is abundance coming your way, but it's about closing a certain cycle. And since Pentacles are the earth energy, it has to do something with the material world, material well-being. So in the Rider-Waite deck, there is an old man who sits in a garden, and you can see, I don't know if it's a castle or building his house, whatever, and there's family, grandchildren, a dog, and it looks like he achieved everything. And he worked hard for it, but now that he's old, he reached the end of some cycle. He managed to achieve these things that he wanted for himself. And what I feel like is that once you heal all these things, you will be able to reach the end of the cycle and feel like, okay, now it's time for something new, which is shown by this New Moon and Sagittarius card. But a few things about Justice card. No, actually, it was related to this. Okay, so I will read the cards and then I will connect that. So with the malachite, it talks about the subconscious mind. So it says malachite brings to light ingrained programming and toxic beliefs. An amulet against pain. This is a powerful stone for emotional transformation. It stimulates the survival instinct. And then it talks about detoxifying your mind, body, and emotions, and recognizing deep psychosomatic causes for disease are a path to well-being. And for the soul path, it talks about transforming your subconscious mind. So one thing that I wanted to point out, so when it comes to spirituality or crystals, some of the authors, some of the people are talking about not disease, as in like written like this, but then you would have the this and then a hyphen and then ease. So it's like this, ease. So something that is blocking, well, the ease. So something that blocks your well-being, something that makes you feel uneasy. So it's not about a physical disease or some virus or some bacteria. It's more about something, some situation or some energy that is blocking that ease. And then the healing is about bringing it back, bringing back that well-being. Okay, I hope that makes sense. But basically, I feel like it's about recognizing these patterns in your mind that are sucking out your energy, that are not allowing you to enjoy life, or something that blocks you, because this card is blocked, this energy is blocked. So if there are any issues with how you process information or how you go about your life, something that blocks you, I feel like you will bring it to surface and it will be, detoxified, like you will get rid of it. Things that are not necessary, like you will heal it. And even if you look at the colors, it's kind of similar, with this like greenish blue and this one here. So if there's any panic in your mind when you're focused on one topic and you just keep thinking, oh my god, what will happen? I don't know. And you keep, there's something really anxious inside your mind and you feel like everything is gonna go wrong and I have no idea what to do. I feel like these stones are telling you you will get this inner peace. Things will be brought back to balance. And then for the aquamarine, we have hope. So it talks about aquamarine being a healing gem associated with the sea and with this also stimulating psychic abilities. It was believed to protect against seduction. So yeah, that's good. But it says release self-defeating programs. Listen to your inner guidance, but be objective. So that's Justice card. What else does it say? Remain emotionally detached. That is so connecting to the Justice card because it's about using your intellect. It is about using that wisdom, not getting carried on with emotions and what you feel, but actually staying objective. And for the healing insight, it says there's no reason to lose the hope in your heart, since well-being is a state of mind, so it all starts in your mind. So in order to have this well-being again, to feel well, you have to release these programs, the self-defeating programs, all that toxic stuff that's in your mind. And for the soul path, it says seeing beyond consensual reality or illusion. And I feel like this is where this Justice card comes in so nicely, because if you think about what is reality, what is illusion, so for Justice in the other deck, or even when you have statues of Justice, usually the eyes are covered, and it's symbolic of the fact that it's not about looking at things and then deciding. It's about taking the things as they are, like understanding the essence. So not relying on your senses, not relying on this reality that might as well be an illusion. It is about using your own discernment and then deciding what is right and what is wrong. And then I feel like speaking out for the highest good. And I feel like this blessing here is that you will be able to create this sort of core within yourself, to have this moral code that you act upon. It's like your own rules, because justice, it's related to Libra, and Libra is all about balance. It's about being fair, it's about law. So it's about following the rules, the things as they should be, and making sure people are not treated unfairly. So I feel like with this card and the 10 of Pentacles, it's like you recognize your value, you recognize what you have achieved so far. And you have achieved it because you were honest. You were honest with other people, you were honest with yourself, and you were following this moral code, making sure that you don't hurt other people, that you don't take advantage of them. And I know sometimes it can seem like, okay, maybe it's not going to hurt if I just try to cut the corner a bit, and it might be morally a bit questionable, but it's going to get me there faster. No, it's about staying true to yourself. It is about basically justice. It's about doing what is right. And I feel like you are going to be rewarded for this. So it's about recognizing that perhaps these 10 pentacles in the material world, whether it's about feeling this material security, or whether it's about having a car, a house, a family, whatever it is. In the real world, yeah, what is real? Is it an illusion? And it's about what you feel inside. It's about whether there is that well-being within you, whether you are healthy, whether your soul is healthy and clear and pure. It's following that moral code. And here with the God also, so it talks about benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. And for shadow attributes, there's despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. So I feel like if you think about God, and okay, maybe let's not get religion into this, but it's kind of all connected. But within all sorts of religions, there are certain, not rules, but a certain moral code, behaving in a way that you will not hurt others, and all sorts of, ways that you should behave so that you are fair. So I feel like with that God card, you recognize that you have to be honest with yourself and with others, but at the same time, recognizing the eternal force within yourself. So it's feeling empowered, feeling like, okay, I am in charge here and I can create my own worlds. Because if you think about gods, they had so much power and they could, do whatever they want. They could create, and, they basically did what they want. I mean, it depends, of course, on what gods you're thinking about, whether it's the mythology or whatever religion. But anyway, I feel like you are recognizing that this eternal force, this core within you that has this godly power, that is something more than just existing here on the material plane. You are recognizing that there is more. And with this core, you recognize that it's all about staying fair to yourself, and that it's about, respecting yourself and respecting other people, because you recognize this force within yourself and others. So you recognize that by cheating on other people, you kind of cheat on yourself as well. So it's all about staying true, using your wisdom to decide, not your senses. I feel like I just want to keep covering the eyes. But even if you look at the card, I don't know if you can see, but I don't know, maybe it's just the way it's drawn. It's just the eyes are kind of white, so I don't know if it's about showing that justice is blind. So I feel like, it's recognizing that some things, like the reality, is just an illusion. And because it is an illusion, you are able to create whatever you want. But what is stopping you are these patterns telling you that no, it's not possible, and you shouldn't do that, and you shouldn't do this, and you're not able, you don't have enough power. It's, these things are trying to put you down, but no, it's just a disease, but you're coming out of it. You're able to just get rid of all this and turn this page of wands so that it's upright. So you have this creativity so that you can create, you have this godly power that you can create things, and it can bring you so much joy and happiness. So I think that's really important. And then with this new moon in Sagittarius, I feel like once you are finishing with this cycle, you are moving on to something new, because the new moon is all about new cycles, new opportunities for you. And it says luck is on your side. So yeah, I feel like as long as you stay true to yourself, there is this integrity, you follow your own moral rules that are for the highest good of yourself and for the highest good of everyone, then luck is on your side. Then you can achieve a lot. And Sagittarius is actually also about law, and just as Libra. It's also about expansion, it's about higher education, it's about travel, it's philosophy, it's recognizing that there is more, it's expanding your world to something more. So it's not just this illusion and okay, I just have 10 pentacles, and even though it's a full cycle, okay, you feel like, okay, I have a house, I have a car, I have a good job, but what if you're not happy with it? It's nice to have this, and it's important to feel safe, but there is more. You can create all these worlds. There's so much power within you, and locking it in the material plane is so limiting. So I feel like you are going to recognize that there is more, and you can go for it. I feel like you will either go on some sort of journey, or maybe you will have this personal philosophy that will let you understand the world, or how people are behaving, or what is the best way to go about things. And luck is on your side, so if you do it for the highest good, I feel like that's when the luck is on your side, when you stay fair, when you stay honest, when you don't want to take advantage of people. So see, it's like the shadow attribute is using power to control people. So sometimes you might feel like, okay, I'm so powerful and I can do whatever I want and I can take advantage of others, but no, that's not good. You have to stay fair and remember that core that has all these moral values. So for me, it's like value. And with the Sagittarius here, new moon in Sagittarius, it's about expansion and realizing there is more. And then with this Charoite, yeah, I have no idea how to pronounce that. Actually, another group got it as a card. And as a crystal, it's about healing all these wounds that stretch back into time. So perhaps if there were any thinking patterns or behaviors that you kind of inherited from your parents. Because, sometimes it's like, oh, our family is always like this, or our family doesn't do this. You're able to heal any wound that caused this sort of thinking. And I think it really relates with this. So healing this disease within your soul, and then moving on and recognizing how powerful you are. And I feel like this is so beautiful, and it's such a big blessing. Anything else? And yeah, I just wanted to say that with the other cards, with the other piles, there was a really exciting energy. It was really like, yeah, let's do it. But here with this group, I feel more, I don't know, calm. It's about this balance. I feel like everyone is kind of getting balanced, because the other groups also had 6 of Pentacles, which is about equal give and take, but here it's justice, so it's even more. So yeah, here I feel more calm, and it's this airy energy, something light. And I feel like in your mind you will be able to reach the state of balance. So there will be no negative patterns that, hold you and push you down. You will be free of them and you will feel really light, like you can fly. And then you can see things from a higher perspective, from the perspective of this God who's in these clouds and can see from the top everything that's going on. So rather than being stuck in some sort of mindset, having no energy, being all panicking about things, you will be able to just fly and recognize, okay, there is more than this 10 of Pentacles, and it's great to have it, but there is more, and you can go for it, like with this arrow, bow and arrow, that's your goal, and you will go for it, go for it straight, as long as you keep to these moral rules that you have within yourself, and you will be lucky. Okay, so I feel like that's it for this group. And actually I'm happy I recorded it next time because I got more information this time. I feel like I could interpret it better. So yeah, I really hope that you will recognize this God within you and that you will follow those moral rules for the highest good of yourself and for the highest good of everyone. So yeah, just to summarize, the blessing here is healing all these things, all this disease that's in your soul, all these toxic patterns, and then staying fair to yourself, recognizing your value so that you stay fair to yourself and to other people, and recognizing this godly power that you can do much more, and that this reality is an illusion and you can do whatever you want as long as you do it for the highest good. Okay, so thank you very much for listening. I think that was a great reading. And I hope to see you in the next videos. Bye!